Hey YouTube, this is the first review I've ever done on YouTube, so I hope it goes well. This is the multi-fuel stove from China. You'll find the link to the shop that I bought it off from eBay below. And here, for safety reasons, I have foam that you'd basically be able to find in any rented house, or if you went down to the shop and bought some fire retardant stuff, then you'll find that there. And it clearly states on the side that you can use it on liquids, and it's got a petrol can in there, so I suppose you'll be able to use it for fires using oils or anything like that. And also with me I have a wet tea towel. This will be able to smother the flames if it gets worse. Obviously you can't use water with a chemical fire. Now I have a lighter to light the thing. You're supposed to use something long like a match, or one of those long lighters that you can use for your gas stoves, but this is the only thing I've got at the moment. The shop that I bought everything from didn't actually have everything I wanted. For convenience, obviously I couldn't get a funnel, so for convenience I've put paraffin into this washing up liquid. Now the big make that makes a multi-fuel stove basically says that the only thing that you can put in here is petrol or gas if you're in America. Now on this it says that you can use petrol, diesel, or paraffin or kerosene if you're in America. So I've always got paraffin to like my barbecues, or when I'm camping I light the fire with it. So I've decided to put it into washing up liquid bottles so I can easily squeeze it out using the spout into the container. Now when you get the box, you get this nice little bag with the actual stove contained inside, and if you unzip it you'll find the stove. Pull the stove out and this is what it looks like. Now curiously enough, another thing that you get with it is this this spanner tool, the fold out spanner tool, which has got like a piece on the end there and little cuts and grooves into it to wrap around different bolts, and a little screwdriver bit, and also that could probably be used for screws as well. I'm not entirely sure why you get this with the pack, but there are a lot of screws on here, and you'll notice there's a bolt on the side here and everything. Now I've read on the sides there are clear instructions of how to use this container, some warning signs, and everything you need to know really. Now before I didn't have any fuel and I wanted to test it out, and I'm kind of guessing that this pump on the side puts air into this chamber here and putting pressure on the fuel. I was looking closely at the pictures trying to figure out how this thing works. Now it looks like this pipe on the side goes all the way down into the bottom of the chamber, which if you've got fuel in there obviously you'll have pressure on the top, which kind of pushes the fuel in through this tube and out this spout at the end. Now on the side here you've clearly got a valve, and you basically turn this anti-clockwise and you can may be able to hear a hiss. I'm not quite sure. If you hold it towards the mic, it's just got air in there at the moment, but yeah, there you go. So I think what happens then is the fuel, whatever fuel that you have in this, comes out of there, and then you've got to light it. It says on the instructions that you've got to use an open flame to ignite it for preheating, about 30 seconds for gasoline. Now that's quite a while considering I only have a lighter, but I'll see how it goes, and I know how flammable paraffin is. I've used it loads of times, so I'm sure I'll be able to get it going. Now I've folded out the feet, and there's these little parts at the top that fold out, which you'll be able to put whatever pan or whatever over the top there to be able to boil or cook or whatever you'll be doing. Now I've to close the valve, turn it clockwise, so I'll close that valve to make sure it's nice and tight so nothing comes out. And then another thing, when I was first buying this thing, me and my friend were scanning it over on all the pictures and everything, and some parts looked a bit plasticky, especially this cap here. I can assure you that this is completely made out of metal. This is metal, and this cap is definitely metal, and the join here is made out of rubber. Now, I'm sure it won't melt under excessive temperatures, but it probably won't need to, because obviously the temperature will be up here. So I'll unscrew this, and you've got the hole here, and this is where a funnel could come in handy. With the actual official make, the more expensive one of these, you would get a funnel included, but with this I didn't get a funnel included. Now this is the paraffin I'll be using, which is already dribbling out. I'll only put a bit in here for just to test it out. God, it smells like a petrol station in there. Right, okay. And screw the cap back on. Also, something I didn't mention that's with me at the moment is kitchen roll, just to clear up the mess. Just so I don't have a fire on my hands around the actual gas chamber. Now, the instructions say to pump this, but it says not to pump it too much, so I guess not to put too much pressure into the chamber. Obviously, if you pump it too much it might explode, but I guess a part of me wanted this because it's a bit dangerous. I think it's a bit dangerous anyway. And why would they sell something that's dangerous? I've just realised that I can't get the lighter down the actual chamber, so I'm going to have to try and find a way of actually putting a flame down there, because obviously I've got to hold it there until I actually start getting some flames at the top here. Okay, YouTube, I think you're supposed to buy one of those long candle things that you can light the end of, and it'll burn for a long time, and you can poke within the hole and get down there. But it just so happens I don't have one of those, so I do have a bamboo stick. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping this will work. It takes a while to actually get this going. There we go. So I have the bamboo stick lit. Now, the instructions say that, oh, it's gone out, but I like that again. The instructions say that you've got to let a little bit out. Turn it anti-clockwise. Oh. And it squirts out. It squirted like a fountain. I thought it would be like spreading out, but there's a hole in the top where it comes up out of the actual pipe. Oh. Fueled by the paraffin, the bamboo stick seems to be going. And it's left a pool of paraffin at the bottom, so I'm just trying to light that now, and it looks like it's lit. Oh no, it's gone out. So I'm going to turn this anti-clockwise again, see if we can get this going. Seems very hard to light. Ah. There we go. I'll turn that down a bit. and it looks like it's alight. So obviously there's a little fountain coming out, and it seems to be burning the fuel around in the little pool. As you can see, it's quite high. I think once that's actually burnt down, I think it'll be a while until that actually burns down. I'm going to have to turn that off because that is getting ridiculous. Obviously, because it's the first time I've used this, I used way too much fuel, and the fuel went everywhere. Went onto the blanket at the bottom, and it just burnt off. So I let it burn off, didn't twist the valve at all, and then just recently decided to turn the valve, and I have full control over it now. It's now the fire's actually settled down. There was a lot of black smoke bellowing from it before, but now it's clean smoke and looks like I've singed the fire thing at the bottom, the blanket thing. But I believe you need to get it lit as fast as possible. It's quite hard to light this. But once it's actually lit, it looks like you've got full control. At the moment I've got it on quite a low setting, but you can hear it roar if I turn it up. If I turn this up, you can see the flames start going blue, and there's a lot of heat coming from this thing. If you had, if you were boiling a kettle or something, I reckon it would be boiled in seconds. This is only with the valve half open. I'm going to turn that down. So it is very good. Oh, I turned it off. There we go. So it is very good once it starts getting going, and especially if you have a motorbike and you have a lot of petrol with you, and you can just basically fill this up with your petrol, and you've instantly got your own little stove. You don't need to use any gas and carry any extra fuel, which is handy. So I'm going to see how far this goes up, at the risk of burning my eyebrows up. Obviously this is jet fuel that I'm using at the moment, so it is practically acting like a jet. Kerosene is used in jets to obviously fire it off. I'm not quite sure what the reaction would be for petrol, but I'm loving this control over it. And one of the things I was worried about when I first saw this, I'm going to turn it off. Okay, this is fully off now, as you can see. Oh, it's gone out. There you go. It doesn't take long to go out. But the one thing that I was worried about it when I got this was if I started pumping this, would I be able to feel the heat and everything? I was changing this valve, and I couldn't feel any heat at the bottom here. It was all being focused upwards. I could feel the heat on my face and everything, but my hands was okay. And so that's the review of the multi-fuel stove done, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did, because I love this little dinky stove now. I think it's gonna treat me well. Anyway,